Hello, everyone. Are you ready? Do you want to give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go?
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to go over a little bit of, I'm going to go over the rules. I'm going to do some introductions, and I'm going to give you some of the people viewing and yourselves some information before we start. So once again, for those who don't know, my name is Jay Decor. I am the Executive Director of the Student Association at Bow Valley College. What does that mean? I'm responsible for keeping the building from burning down from year to year. So we also have some staff here with us today from the Student Association. So we have Nick here, who is our Communications and Engagement Specialist, I think is the title, if I remember right.
You nailed it. Yeah.
Perfect. We have Arshit Dingra, our Student Services Programmer, and Vinny Stadnick, who is our, oh my goodness, Digital Engagement Coordinator. And then we also have some of our student leaders here. So we also have Austin Deck, who is our current Director of External Affairs. So no pressure, but we have someone here who's already in the role, who's going to be watching you. And I see we also have Nusrat Awan, who is our current Board of Governors representative, as well as Razgan, who is our second Board of Governors representative, as well as the chair of SABVC General Council. So these people will know exactly what the role is like, and a lot of them, Austin specifically, has already been through this process last year. So we're going to ask you some questions. In the question, I'm going to give you a time limit. So that time limit to answer the question will be between 1 minute or 2 minutes, and I will state that when I'm asking the question. Okay, so when I ask the question, I'll say you have 1 minute to answer. If you go over the minute, or if you go over 2 minutes, you will get up to an additional 30 seconds. After that time, I will cut you off. All right. Why am I doing that? It is because I want to make sure we get through the questions and everyone has an opportunity to answer. Some of the questions will be directed towards a particular role. So some of the questions will be directed to the Director of Finance role, or the Director of External Affairs, or the Director of Internal Affairs. Some of the questions will be for all the candidates. All right. And for our audience, or people who are going to be watching this, I want to let you know that I gave topics that all the potential student leaders should research prior to this. So no one is being surprised. Everyone is getting some basic generic information. We do not expect you to have all the information, but we expect some answers. On occasion, I'm going to push you for more information. So here's one example I'm going to push. If someone says, I will talk to all the students, I'm going to ask you, how are you going to talk to all the students? All right, because that isn't enough of an answer. So if you hear that, it means I want more. It's not that I'm trying to be a jerk. Okay. If you do not want to answer the question, you do not have to answer the question. So you could say pass. You could say, I just don't have enough information on that. All right. So no one is being forced to answer a question. Finally, I want to say that we have two candidates who could not be with us today. They did already send their information or their reasons to the Chief Returning Officer, which is Kimberly Cox. So she has already approved that. Okay, they have something else going on. Finally, I want to do a reminder or share this opportunity as a reminder to all the candidates. If there are problems going on with the campaign, or if there's problems going on with the election, you don't want to reach out to me. You want to reach out to Kimberly Cox. Okay, I should not be involved in any of those decisions because I'm the executive director of the Student Association and I don't want to appear to be biased towards any one of you amazing people. All right? All right, are you ready? Are you ready? All right, William, I love it. Penny, we're good. All right. So I have drafted some super fun and totally amazing questions. So I'm going to ask for introductions. And so in the introduction, I want you to state your name, what program you're currently enrolled in, what role you're running for, and why are you running for that role? Okay? So are we clear? Name, program, role, and why are you running for that role? And you know what? I'm going to start alphabetically. Dhruv, hit me. You're number one. Go first.
Okay, I was hoping that someone else will be the first, but no worries. My name is Dhruv Jani. I'm running for the Director of External Affairs, and I'm a Chu School of Business student. I'm studying business administration, and I'm running for this position of External Affairs because I have some previous experiences with student associations, and I believe that education is not one of the sector that can be compromised within the province, and it should be available to all the students at I would say reasonable fees. And students, they are facing many issues, so I would like to advocate for them. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dhruv. Kanwar Preet, you're going to be number two. Again, I'm going to ask you for your name, your program, your role, and why are you running for this role?
Hi, firstly, hi everyone. How are you doing? So, my name is Kumarpreet Kaushal, and I am from the business administration department. And I am running for the director of external affairs. So, why I'm running for this post? This is very important question. I am running for this post because I am pretty interested in the politics, especially in the student politics, and there are many issues that students are facing that needs to be raised, like the drug issues, like the discrimination, the exploitation of the students. So I want to raise these issues. That's why I stood for the election. Thank you.
Thank you. Jasmo Heat, you're going to be next, please.
Hi, SCBBC members. My name is Jasmohit Kaur, and I am pursuing Business Administration Diploma and Financial Services major. I'm running for the position of Director of Finance. The reason being is that when I came to Canada, it was the first time I moved out of my country, and I knew no one in the city. So the college and the SABBC in particular played an important role in guiding me through all the steps throughout my journey. And I was intrigued by all the facilities that SABBC offers. However, even now I see that there is very less awareness about all the services that are being offered. Students, you would see that there are more than 17,000 students enrolled in Bovali College. However, only about 700 follow SABBC on the Instagram. Whenever there are votings for any budget or financial statements being passed, very few vote. But this is their right, and they need to know that. They need to know about all the services that they are being offered for the fees they are paying. That is why I want to run for these elections, and I want to create awareness about this.
Awesome. Thank you. Juliana, you're up next. Again, your name, your program, your role, and why are you running for the role?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Juliana Costantino. I'm from Chu School of Business. I studied business administration. I'm consular at SABBC, but today I'm not as a consular here, I'm as a student. I'm running for the director of finance because the late 5 months that I could be at the SABBC, I could learn and understand. And with the experience that I had previous from the jobs that I had, I think I can contribute with the job that nowadays has been done greatly by Miss Ana Oliva. And I like to engage the community, the students, with all the issues regarding the finance issues we have been facing a lot of problems, and we need to make sure that they are aware of this and engaged to help us to find new solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Juliana. William, you're next.
Bonjour, Gamusta, Xin Chao, Hola, 안녕하세요, Namaste, Ni hao, Ni hao. Hello, everyone. I'm William from Digital Design Diploma, and I'm born and raised in Hong Kong. I have got my bachelor degree in nursing in Hong Kong 15 years ago. I have started my career as a registered nurse and continued my study in nursing. Finally, I've got a master's degree in nursing and got several promotions in my job. Before I came to Calgary, I was used to be a nursing officer working in the operation theater of a hospital. I was responsible for the daily operation, preparation of the budgets, and staff management in my department. More than that, I possess a postgraduate diploma in perfusion science and technology, which is talking about operating the heart lung machine when the patient was undergoing open heart surgery. I need to keep calm and be cautious all the time and manage the physiological and metabolic demands of the patient. And I believe these are essential qualities to be a competent director of finance. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, Gurleen. Again, your name, program, role, and why are you running for this role?
Hello everyone, my name is Gurleen Kaur and I am in Information Technology Systems Diploma, and I am running for Director of Internal Affairs position because I want the student of Bow Valley College to represent. I want to increase the involvement, the activeness of the campus. I want that student feel heard and embraced in the college and don't feel any lonely, and they don't feel like they left behind. And I want to concern I want to take all the concerns of the students so I can represent it to my administration. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurleen. And last and certainly not least, Penny. Again, your name, your program, your role, or what role you're running for, and why are you running for that role?
Hi, I'm Penny Brad and I'm from Choose School of Business. I'm in Business Administration Diploma, and I'm running for Director of Internal Affairs position because I'm really concerned about various issues that students are facing. In the campus, I've seen that there is a communication gap. Like I've seen many people, they are just communicating with the students of their own cultural backgrounds, and they are just not communicating with the students of different backgrounds. So I just want to build up that I want to provide just build up that communication gap, and so that people can interact with each other and feel comfortable with their fellow students. And that's why I'm running for this position, so that I can do something for the students and also for their mental health.
Thank you, Penny. This first question is for all the candidates. And once again, I'm going to say you can choose to answer or you don't have to answer. I'm going to ask you to raise your digital hand if you want to answer the question, and then we'll work through. So first question, everybody. Some of you have already addressed this. Many students do not know about SABVC programs and services. If elected, how would you connect with membership? And is there anything specific you would do to communicate with the membership? So once again, a lot of our members do not know about what programs and what services SABVC has to offer. If you are elected, is there anything you would do to connect with membership? Anything specific you would do to connect with membership so that they learn about our programs and services? Who wants to take a stab at that? Juliana, you're first.
Thank you, Jay. Yes, regarding engaging students and bringing students to know SABVC, I think nowadays it's easier. When I first started as a concern last October, we were all online, and to reach students to let they understand what is the role of SABVC was very hard. I believe that now that we are all in campus, we can reach students daily during our class, and also engaging with the clubs, with the events that we will be able to provide. There are new clubs that are on track now, and there is not one old one that Alson is the president, but there's new two that are coming to be open, and it is a great opportunity to bring more students. But once we are in campus, you'll be able to go to talk to the students and tell them about all the services that SABBC provide. Those are in the website, but you know that they don't know. They don't even know. So many times the students reach me and talk about it, and they don't know. They don't know. They do not understand why they need to pay the fees and what it's about. And is that did I answer you?
Sure.
I talked too much. Okay. Thank you.
I'm not a voter, so yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Juliana. Kunwar Preet, do you want to try this question for us, please?
Yeah, she has discussed most of the things, but I think the thing that she has missed is volunteering. Volunteer is very important. So we could add this thing that if we really wanna engage the students, we should give them more and more opportunity to volunteer within the SABVC. So that's all about me. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to go to Dhruv next. Dhruv, do you want to see if there's anything we can do as an association to better connect with our membership?
Thank you so much. I was very excited for this question. I would say, first of all, rather than sitting in my office and being bossy, I would like to I would say walk around on the campus and connect with the students personally. And that's what leaders do, like how they are doing, and let them know that what services we are offering. So my platform will be to connect with the students in the first place rather than sending someone else or just sending an email or something else. And also I would like to promote SABBC place as well, being there. And as many students know that I used to work at SABBC back then, and I was the director of internal affairs, so I advocated for students as well. So I would like to use my skills to connect with the student, and that's my best platform because motivation is the within thing that I believe. And I'm here for students, so I would like to talk to them and ask that what they prefer, what kind of advocacy they want, and I would like to advocate for them on the basis of what our membership wants, instead of saying that, hey, I love vanilla ice cream, so please have this vanilla ice cream. No, I just don't want to proceed with my maniac agendas at this position. So if I have to connect with student membership, for sure I'll connect with them on personal basis. I will tell them to engage with the clubs, because right now we have 3 active clubs on the campus and the 4th one is going to be very soon. So that's all my say. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhruv. Jasmuhi, do you want to answer the question about how, if you are elected, you can better connect with our membership? And I'm going to, something I did not say, you have 2 minutes to answer this question, everybody.
Sure. So I would say that the SABBC, as mentioned earlier, is providing a lot of services and resources to students to excel. However, they are not aware of those. Information is available on the websites, but they don't know where to find it. For example, the college offers links to some accountants and some institutions which file free taxes for students, but most of the students, they are not aware of that. A lot of students are not aware of the elections going on in the college right now. Whenever we go for campaign, they're like, oh, are there elections going on in the college? So I would say, to make the information more easily available for the students, for example, there are screens all around the campus. I mentioned it in my profile as well. We can put the information over there especially in the areas where students engage a lot, sit a lot, for example, in the cafeteria or near the entrance. The URLs can be uploaded there, or the links or QR codes from where students can easily access the information. And moreover, the information can be uploaded at the appropriate times. For example, right now, a lot of students are filing taxes, so tax-related information. When the health and medical plans, a lot of students, they are not aware of the benefits. I myself wasn't aware in my first semester. So the need is to create the awareness. What I would propose is, if possible, we can create a program the way we have academic dishonesty and integrity quizzes in the D12. If we can have something related to that regarding health and dental plan, it would be easier for students to know about that, and they would be able to better exercise what they're paying for. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Our next speaker on this topic will be Penny. Penny, what would you do to better communicate with the membership if you are elected? In 2 minutes.
If I'm elected, like I will connect with the students, my class, especially my classmates. Firstly, I'll focus on my classmates so that at least my classmates could know of the benefits available at the SABVC, and also I'll just communicate with the people on the campus to let them know of the opportunities available, and encourage them to have and encourage them to have those facilities, uh, and will uh, and will just tell them about the benefits, and also like not only like I'm from the Choose School of Business, not only the from my department, but also I will also communicate with the people that are belonging to other departments.
All right, thank you. William, how would you connect with our student membership if you are elected?
Well, the members of SABVC can be engaged in different kinds of social activities like trivia week, events. The activities carried out by the Prize Club of SABVC are also a great choice. I have participated in a trivia activity launched by the Pride Club, and there were nearly 60 people joined, and I would say it was a good example to facilitate inclusiveness at the campus. Apart from the above idea, education is another good option to facilitate engagement. Sort of inclusiveness issues can be promoted, no bullying or microaggression should also be emphasized. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, William. Gurleen, last but not least, how would you engage with membership?
If I get elected for this position, I will increase the awareness among students so they can know their privilege. They have the privilege to assess these services, free services that are providing by SABVC, like hygiene product or cupboards and so many things. In starting, even I don't know about these things, but I want to aware each and every student in the college by interacting in personal or creating workshops or organizing such activities that student can aware of their um, things, their services, so because they pay for it. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurleen. William, is that a legacy hand?
No, I forgot to put my hands off. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, that was everybody's freebie. That was your gift from me to you. Now we're going to get into some specific role questions. So I'm going to start with a question for the Director of External Affairs candidates. So the first question to you, and you will have 1 minute to respond. If you could choose one issue, just one, issue impacting the majority of students in the province of Alberta, and you could advocate to the provincial government on that issue, what issue would that be, and are there any solutions you would propose? And this time I'm going to start with Kanwar Preet, and then we'll move to Dhruv. So once again, one issue facing Alberta students, if you could advocate to the provincial government on that issue, what issue would that be? And are there any solutions you would propose? You have 1 minute. Go, Kanwar Preet.
According to me, drug issue is the most important, the significant one, because I have seen many students and many youth and many young generation, they are engaged in the drugs. So I want to propose to the provincial government about this thing, because there should be health seminars, there should be awareness centers, they should contact with the doctors who are dealing with these kind of the things, that we could let our youth out from this. Because if youth will consume the drugs, then tomorrow they have to lead the country, right? They have to lead the province. If they will be involved in the drugs, then what kind of further generations we would be having? And I think the drug issue is the most important one that should be considered. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to ask the same question now to Dhruv. Dhruv, if there's one issue that you could advocate to the provincial government on behalf of all students in Alberta, what would that issue be, and do you have any solutions? You have 1 minute.
So first of all, I would like to choose to go with these steep hike in fees, because students are paying a lot of fees, and I have witnessed a focus group meeting with the Advanced Education Minister, Mr. Nicholas Demetrius, and it is important to note that we have to get rid of the mystified language around the way that they are saying. So I would say months ago, they have passed and presented 12% of cut in the budget, and now this UCP government is acting on the budget and the goals of 2030 Alberta, but which is not efficient. And education is not one of the sector, because it's a pillar of your future. I would say not only just future of Alberta, but future of Canada. So if government want to generate this revenue, there are many other ways. And also I live at Sethi, so and I have some good contacts outside of the campus. So I would like to work in collaboration with bodies like ASEC, CASU, and I would say this kind of student association, and I will convince them to hold their feet in the fire, and that's my platform and one of the issues that I would like to advocate for.
Thank you, Dhruv. So now is a free-for-all question, but I only need one of you to answer, and whoever gets the answer will get 5 points for me, which doesn't mean anything. Who's the Premier of Alberta? I'm going to go with Jasmine Heath. Who's the Premier of Alberta?
Mr. Jason Kenney.
Mr. Jason Kenney, thank you. The next question is for the Director of Internal Affairs candidates. All right, so this role is responsible for academic advocacy for students at Bow Valley College. What does academic advocacy mean for you, and how would you assist the large number of students who are facing academic challenges at Bow Valley College? All right, and so I'm going to start with, let's see here. Gurleen, can you start with that question? How would you, what does academic advocacy mean for you? And how would you assist the large number of students who are facing academic challenges at Bow Valley College? You have 1 minute.
There are a number of students who don't know about the workshops going on in the college by Academic Success Center or the Learner Success Services provided different opportunities for students to help them in their academics, and there are going on peer tutoring in different programs. So it's just about the awareness. I want to create awareness in the college in among students, so they can attend those workshops that are going on for their advocacy. Like there are many workshops going by the library also. So it's just about the awareness. I want to get personalized with the students so they can aware of these things, and they can also come to me and I will help them in their academic as much as I can. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Penny, same question. A lot of students at Bow Valley are experiencing academic challenges. What does academic advocacy mean to you, and how would you assist those students? You have 1 minute.
Uh, for me, academic advocacy is related to the academic dishonesty or like many students they are not aware. Like many of the students they are finding the problems with accomplishing their project and are having a lot of stress regarding their studies and the course, because they might have chosen like large number of uh, a higher number of courses, and they might find it difficult to manage their time towards the different courses. So I would organize the seminars uh, to help the students to manage their time and to tell them about their help them in their academics. And also I'll make them aware of the various library workshops so that they can succeed in their academics
Thank
without
you,
getting
Penny.
stressed.
This next question is for everyone. I will award 5 points that don't mean anything. Who's the president of Bow Valley College? Dhruv, you had your hand up first.
Misha Kumbaba.
Dr. Mishak Mabwa. Thank you. This next question is for the Director of Finance candidates. This is a fun question, I think. It's not fun. So here's the question to you. The provincial government has lifted the cap on domestic tuition 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, the government of Alberta lifted the cap on domestic tuition. At Bow Valley College, tuition is increased 7% each year. So over the past 3 years, that's 21%. If you are elected, what would your message be to Bow Valley College? And is there anything you would do in particular to ensure that message is being heard by the administration at Bow Valley College? Again, this is domestic tuition increase by 7% over the last 3 years. How would you communicate your message to Bow Valley College, and what would that message be? I'm going to start with William.
Hello. Yeah, wow, this is not an easy question. It's really a big challenge. Yeah. And for this question, I would say the provincial budget has been increased for 7% each year in the past few years. This is the fact, and it is probably due to the global economic instability in the financial market, and also COVID-19. There are some issues related to that, and in fact, I should tell the board of the governors should tell them about the real situation with what we are facing now. It's not easy for every one of you to have money to go to school. If we want to have anybody to go to school in a good financial status and to have not much financial burden, which is very important, as too much financial burden may induce some stress in learning. So we have to make the board of directors to know about it. And yeah, and I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, William. Juliana, you'll be next. If you could communicate about the 7% tuition increases to domestic student tuition to the Board of Governors, what would you say to the Board of Governors and how would you ensure that message is communicated?
Actually, as far as I'm concerned, the increase on the students' tuition was about when they changed the government of the province. There was a reduction of 7.9% on the budget that the college and university were receiving. So that's why the college needed to pass and university the students. But on the other hand, since 2020 and now we face a pandemic where a lot of people lost their jobs, students are having hard time to pay their bills, and we are decreasing the number of the students from Bow Valley College. So we need to realize that we need to find a way, we need to find a better way, and that education is a priority. We cannot just reduce the budget from this issue. We know that any country that wants to grow, develop, invest in innovation need to have a good education. And that's why a lot of people come from a lot of countries, international students come from other countries to Canada. So education is not the way that we're supposed to take the money, and we need to invest in education. I would go there, talk to them about to find other options, not to punish the education system.
Thank you, Juliana.
Thank you.
Jasmine, you are next. What would you communicate to Bow Valley College, letting them know what your message would be regarding 3 years of 7% tuition increases if you had the opportunity?
So my message to the Bow Valley College would be, a lot of students, they are unable to get education because of the high fees they need to pay. And education is highly important towards an individual's success. My message would be that to find some other alternatives rather than increasing the domestic tuition fees. Maybe we could reach out to external stakeholders and find sponsors who could contribute to the education. SABVC itself has contributed 110,000 last year to the Bow Valley College to make the student life more engaging and enriching. So that could be done with external stakeholders as well. And to make my message feel heard by the Bow Valley College, I would sit with other executive members and maybe hold a council meeting so that we could go together as a SABVC team and deliver our message to the Board of Governors of Bow Valley College. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to throw in a question that isn't scripted, and you can just raise your hand. You'll get 5 points that don't mean anything. Does anyone here know how much international student tuition is increasing for 2022-2023? Gerline.
It is increased by 7%, 12% for nursing students, and 5%. These are all for international students. That's all.
All right. Anyone else have an idea about how much international student tuition is increasing? All right. Thank you. Dhruv?
Yeah, I was about to answer, but I'm like, okay, just let it be.
All right, I'm going to go to the next question. This question is for all candidates. You have 1 minute to answer. So, and it's going to be a tough question. So, I believe that most, if not all, of the candidates with us today are international students. All right? Yet we know the majority of our student population is domestic. So, if elected, how would you ensure that our domestic student voice is being heard? And what would you do if elected to increase domestic student participation with the Student Association at Bow Valley College. All right, so what this question is asking is, how would you increase domestic student participation with the Student Association at Bow Valley College? I'm going to start with William because I think you had your hand up first. Gurleen, I don't know if that is a legacy hand. So, William, do you want to take a stab at it?
Yeah, definitely. About domestic student engagement. I agree that it should be highly emphasized, and I would suggest dividing it into two parts. One is to facilitate domestic student engagement through incentives. For instance, more awards and scholarships can be set up specifically as a reward of engagement, and the other one is via establishing a direct and relevant connection with the digital world they inhabit. Let's say we can launch an online challenge on Calgary's history and trivia. It may raise their interest and it would be convenient for them to join the game. Thank you.
Thank you, William. I'm going to go next with Penny. How would you increase domestic student engagement if you were elected?
In the college, like there must not be such differences like between international students and domestic students. Everyone, like I'll encourage each one domestic to participate in like various occasions. All the students must be treated equally. There must not be any kind of difference between international uh, and the domestic students. They must be like must work with each other, must communicate with each other, and like I will just encourage them like they must participate. They must not be behind like anyone. They must not be left behind anyone else. They must participate as much as they can. I'll make them aware of them, aware about everything, aware, make them aware so that they can participate.
All right, thank you. Gurleen, you have 1 minute to answer, which is really short, how to answer, how would you increase domestic student participation with SABVC? Go.
As the international student are here not speaking their language, they're speaking the outside language, not the native tongue, and they are making the effort to be involved in the uh, culture of Canada, in the culture of college, in the culture of SABVC, all the things. And it is important to organize some activities, some club activities, culture activities, so that everyone can socialize in that and get, it is a need to get socialize and get interact, need of efforts to become uh, involved in the college in SABVC, so that every student feel like they are welcoming. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to go to the next question. So I don't see any more hands on there. And this is, oh, Dhruv, you want to answer? All right, you got 1 minute, and then we're going to move on to the next question.
So first of all, I would say that I would address every student as a BVCN as far as they are a BVC student, regardless of their nationality and any biases. And second, I would say that it is very important to me, and I would say diversity is what speaks about our campus. And talking about like how we let our diversity stand out, then we'll be able to show people and students that we are championing that. And I would say CSB is the best branding that we got, and a big donation, I would say. And if we make our connections outwardly, then I would say outwardly we can create some space for School of Health and Wellness and indigenous students, and we can maybe create some sort of computer program to help them with the difficulties. So it can be doable, and a bunch of opportunity for scholarship, for connection, things like that, to champion it that we are having. And we haven't made that Aboriginal Center that was named in 2014 and Choose School of Business in 2014. Amazing diverse population and female body we have to highlight in Bow Valley College. And I have to say about this many more, but I would like to be respectful with the time. So that's all from my side.
Thank you. I'm going to ask a question. Again, this is one of my super fun 5-pointer questions that don't mean anything. Who's the mayor of Calgary? I'm going to go with Kanwar Preet this time.
Jyoti Gondak.
That's it. Good job. So this question is for the Director of Finance candidates, and it's a tough one, so buckle up. You have 1 minute to solve all our problems. Basically, what the question is going to be is, the Student Association of Bow Valley College operates a health and dental plan for full-time students. Over the past couple of years, past 2 years, enrollment in the plan has declined, but usage of the plan has skyrocketed. All right. In fact, it has increased by between 40 and 50%, the usage of the plan. In February of 2022, students at Bow Valley College voted not to allow an exceptional increase to their health and dental fees. If elected, how would you make the health and dental plan more financially sustainable? It's a tough question, I get it, but is there anything you could recommend to make the health and dental plan more financially sustainable? Juliana, I love the enthusiasm. You go first.
Thank you, Jay. Actually, it's a very hard question, and we know, and the big issue from my point of view that we had this year when you try to increase to pay the bill to follow the increase of the expenses was communication. I guess they did, from my point of view, the students don't even know exactly what did happen. Why didn't we need to suggest that increase that no one wanted? But as we know, the last month we had the increase on the usage of the health and dental plan. Maybe because a lot of people were in employment, a lot of people had time, but we don't know it. I can make a statement, say what is especially the reason. The reason was that during the pandemic, especially last year, there was a huge increase on those health and dental plan expense. I would suggest communicate. I wouldn't suggest to cut any kind of benefits from those systems. We know that what the students pay for those benefits is 30% of a private health and dental plan is if you decide or after college if you choose one to have. So go there, talk to them, explain why you need to make this increase, and if there is no way to have the permission to that, come back and have another negotiation with the health and dental plan company.
Thank you, Juliana.
Thank you.
William or Jasmohit, do you want to take a try at this question? So our health and dental fees are increasing, enrollment's decreasing. Is there anything you would do to help make that plan more sustainable? William, I see your hand is raised. I love it.
Wow, I would say it is a result of good promotion of health plan for the SABBC in the previous few years. Yeah, and then it is also a raise of awareness on their health so that they will try to see the doctor, try to do the investigation, try to take the medicines, and all the hard jobs from the SABBC, you all have done a very good job. And to make it become sustainable, I believe we should monitor the usage and also to select the insurance company in a more comprehensive way so that we can get the insurance fee as low as the student can afford. This is my ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, William. Jasmuhit, our health and dental plan is skyrocketing in usage. We want to make sure it's financially sustainable. Do you have any ideas to help make that plan more financially sustainable?
First of all, I would say that the plan which is being offered right now is 4 times cheaper than they would normally get in the market. So, which is very economical for the students, but they find it difficult to pay. They're kind of hesitant in paying that fees to the SABVC because they're not aware of the resources or what is being offered in the health and dental plan. There's like massage being offered, dental plan, eye checkup, and many more services which are being offered. They can go to a counselor, a psychiatrist. Besides that, some students, they have this concern, okay, we have basic health and dental coverage from some other institution, maybe a family coverage or something. They can opt in the flexible coverage which SABVC offers. So I would say it is very important to make the students aware of how beneficial and how good the S plan being offered by SABVC is. Furthermore, if you want to decrease the price more or keep it to the price level where it is right now, I would suggest collaborating with or partnering with some of the practitioners and maybe striking out a deal with some pharmacies where it would be more economical for the students and it would be less of a burden on the insurance coverage or SABVC as well.
Thank you. Thank you. I do have to say, Juliana, William, Jasmuhit, those were some really, really great answers. So thank you for doing that research. This next question is for the Director of External Affairs candidates. All right, here we go. You're actually getting a bit of a sneak peek with this question. SABVC has been advocating for a transit pass for students for years. It looks like one will finally be available for our membership for spring of 2022. If elected, are there any other external organizations you would want to work with that could provide a benefit to students? If so, what are they and how would you advocate to them? And I'm going to time you with 1 minute. Dhruv, are there any other external organizations you might want to collaborate with that would be of benefit to the membership of SABVC?
Thank you, Jay. These are my favorite questions. But as you just mentioned that maybe we are getting this, so I just wanna advocate and make that thing happen instead of maybe. And also, I would like to collaborate with Alberta Student Executive Council and Calgary Student Alliance, so CSA and ASEC. And then I would make sure working with them, like I would say other fellow executives or student union members of other institutions, PSIs, that and to make sure that what kind of benefits we can get. And I would say for considering ASEC, because ASEC is providing, I would say, too many services to student leaders, and they are advocating on behalf of all the Alberta student unions as well. So I would just like to make sure that what else we can do and how I can, I would say, force the government, convincing the other student executives and hold their feet to the fire that we need this, and just for the better sake of future of students and Alberta, Canada, I would say we need to make this thing happen. That's it.
Thank you, Dhruv. Kanwar Preet, are there any external organizations that you think could benefit the membership of the Student Association of Bow Valley College? If so, what are they, and is there anything you would do to advocate to them? You've got 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay. So I think like our college is not having indoor recreational facility or gym. Rather than building the gym here, we could collaborate with organizations like YMCA Fit for Less or other colleges like SAIT or University of Calgary, so they could provide the access to free access to our students to their gyms, or we could say like it should be less amount of the money they should give us the membership, or it should be included in the fees. But rather than building it in our campus, we could have membership partnership with them and collaborate with them, and we could have the gym access. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Certainly, gym membership is something we've heard from our members. So, yes. This question is for the internal candidate, our internal director candidates. And so the Student Association of Bow Valley College is committed to representing all students, no matter their age, gender, sexuality, ability, or religion. If elected, what would you do in a situation where a student asks you to advocate for them and you don't agree or it doesn't align with your values? All right, so if a student asks you to advocate on their behalf and it doesn't align with your values, I'm going to start with Gurleen. Is there anything you would do in that situation? You have 1 minute.
Okay, so if there is a student come to me and ask me to speak on behalf of him or her, or maybe any of the community, it's just to say no, because I want to know the whole matter, what's going on, to not biases on any of the student. Don't be like I am international student, so I'm just speaking on the behalf of international student. No, I want to the community, all the Bow Valley College students with me. No gender biases, no age, no caste, anything. Uh, it's just a no for me, for that person who comes to me to speak for him or her. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurleen. Penny, same question. If there was a student who came to you and their values don't necessarily align with yours and they're asking you to advocate on their behalf, what would you do in that situation?
I would uh, I would try to make them understand my point of view, rather than just neglecting their views. I would try to persuade them to agree with me, and not just like just not just like I will say directly like that's a clear no from me, but I would try to uh, try to explain my point of view and like what is right for me, and I will try to persuade them to agree upon that.
All right, thank you. This question is for all. How do I want? Which way do I want to go? This question is for all candidates. All right, so SABVC is an external organization. What that means is we are not Bow Valley College. We are a separate organization from Bow Valley College. However, we have a working relationship with Bow Valley College, and we strive to have a positive working relationship with Bow Valley College administration. If you could speak to the president of Bow Valley College on one issue impacting your membership, what would that issue be? So if you could speak to the president of Bow Valley College and share one issue that you think the membership is having, your fellow students are having, what is that issue? Does anyone want to take a try with that question? Kanwar Preet, why don't you start?
Yeah, so I will try to speak on the two issues. The first is the expensive transit passes that students are buying. And second issue is indoor gym and recreational facilities. These are the two issues that I will talk to him and get the best solutions possible. Thanks. This is all from my side.
Thank you. Gurleen, why don't you try this question?
I want to ask him for the club's activities because it is a necessary need because like it there should be a recreational activities happening in college, and there should be some sports club because the we want 100% involvement of students on campus. So if we want to make active campus, we need to have 100% involvement, and we need to create recreational activities, sports, because many students have indulged in outdoor activities also. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurleen. Dhruv, if you could go talk to Dr. Mwaba and share an issue that Bow Valley College students have, what would that issue be?
Well, first of all, I would, if I'm talking to Mr. Dr. Mishak, I would start with the um, I would say meaningful consultation, student consultation, because as everyone knows that BVC just announced that we are removing the mask mandate. But my question is, did BVC consulted any of the student? Did we do any kind of review with the student? Anything? No. So that is one of the problems that I would like to address from the SABVC. Also, I would start with explaining them like how much SABVC is helping. For instance, I would say we are not just helping with the facility that my fellow candidates mentioned earlier, but we are also offering, we are funding, I would say, awards. We are creating awards. Also, we are paying for peer tutoring. So those are the, I would say, financial help also SABVC is providing to Bow Valley College. And I think it should be addressed to this membership and to all the students from the Bow Valley College, instead of saying that, okay, that's a SABVC thing. And I would also say like DEDI is one of the issue, because many times like it seems like, okay, on the campus it feels like one voice sometimes, and I get that like that is being heard often, but that's why we need to create more opportunities to get students voice out. I mean, if we I would say if you don't vote, you can't really complain that which kind of the same thing that what we have done past. And I would say I would rather convince them and have a meaningful conversation with our president of the college that what student wants, and according to the survey, like what kind of feedbacks we are getting. So
All
that
right.
will be my platform.
Thank you. And just so our viewers are aware, when you say DEI, what does DEI mean?
Okay, so DEDI means decolonization, equity, diversity, and inclusion, because that what Bow Valley College is known for, and that's our value. Thanks.
William, sorry, I was on mute. William, if you could talk to the president of the college to express one issue that students at Bow Valley College are facing, what would that issue be?
Well, as I understand, Mr. President must be really busy, so I would provide a short answer. I have gathered comments about their main concern about SABVC issues, and I've known that the main concern of them is about they want to get a free bus pass, or maybe there are some reduction when they are taking the bus to go to school. This is the main concern of them. Thank you.
Thank you. And Juliana, you're going to be the last one, and then we're going to move on to the final question. Well, final two questions, really. Juliana, you have an opportunity to speak to the president of the college. What is one issue you would like to share with him?
Thank you, Jane, for this opportunity. I would like to add, after all that my friend said regarding what the issues would to bring to the president, I would ask him to plan a project and actions to students after graduating, and students that are facing right now co-op program. I know so many students that are trying to find a job offer for co-op through Bow Valley College, but the colleges cannot guarantee that they are finding one. Some areas there are a lot of job offers for co-op, but some areas they don't. So they are available. They had planned the student chronogram to have this time, but there is no partnership enough with companies that offer those jobs. So I think it's very important because we are in college to find a good job after graduation. So we need to have we need to give as a college institution a good support for the students on this issue.
Thank you, Juliana.
Thank you.
One question here, and I'm going to actually exclude Dhruv and Juliana from this answer. All right, the question is, does anyone know the name of the Minister of Advanced Education in Alberta? The Minister of Advanced Education for Alberta. All right, I'm going to throw it to Dhruv and Juliana. If you know the name, can you share that?
I mean, you want us to share in chat or?
No, you can say the name.
Okay, Mr. Nicholas Demetrius.
Yeah, Dimitrios Nicolaides is the Minister of Advanced Education. He makes all the decisions regarding advanced education, post-secondary education in the province. Final question for everybody. All right, and I'm going to expand the time back to 2 minutes on this question. You don't have to take the full 2 minutes, but you can. Why should students vote for you on March 22nd, 23rd, or 24th? What do you bring that your competitors do not? All right, so why should students vote for you? Oh, who do I want to start with on this one? Oh, it's so many opportunities. You know what? I'm going to start with my friend William. William, why should students vote for you in the election for the role of Director of Finance? You have up to 2 minutes.
Thank you for your great opportunity for me to stay here. And I'm committed to be the next Director of Finance in SABVC. Coming from an autocratic country, I have witnessed unmanaged spending and endless tax hikes by the government. I adore working for my college and believe there is never been a better time to get engaged in it. It is time to have someone with financial management experience who can bring monetary and sensible values to SABVC. I'm poised to serve everyone and collaborate to monitor the adherence of the budget. It is my commitment to you and the college. Thank you.
Thank you, William. So my question once again is, why should students vote for you for the role you are running for on March 22nd, 23rd, and 24th? And maybe why should they vote for you over your competitors? I'm going to move next to, oh, it's so exciting. Gurleen.
So I just don't want to make any empty promises to all the students. I just want all of you to know that I am here to provide my efforts, provide my time, my dedication to all of you. I try my best solution to help you out in any situation. And I'm here for everyone. You can just come up through email or just on social media or in person. I am there to help you out, to listen to your concern so that you can feel heard, and I document your all the concerns to my administration. And yes, I want to create an amazing environment in the college, so all of that is why I am asking for you to please vote for Gurleen Kaur. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurleen. Jasmohi, why should students vote for you in this election?
I would say that I've been a student at Bowali College for more than a year now, and I'm aware of the ground problems students are experiencing. I want to be their voice and address these issues and resolve them. I have educational background in finance and would be able to apply that knowledge to make the budget more sustainable. I've, I'm a peer tutor currently and know how to effectively communicate among students. I also have prior experience serving in student council. The college showed faith in me by awarding me with the International Student Entrance Scholarship, and now I want you, SABVC members, to show faith and vote for me. I may not be perfect, but I'm a quick learner, and if you elect me as your Director of Finance, I would give my 100% working with all of you to make the student life at Bow Valley College more holistic, more engaging, and more fun. So, vote for me and elect me, just Mohit Kaur, as your Director of Finance. Thank you.
Thank you. Dhruv, why should students vote for you for the role of Director of External Affairs? You have 2 minutes.
Okay, so I would say that I previously have worked closely with the college management regarding internal issues, and now we are talking about external issues. So um, students need someone who can just convince and who can bargain with the government and work in collaboration with the other PSIs, post-secondary institutions. And I would say that I have done my research on student demographics and their problems very well. And I do volunteer work to help community. Also, I'm a Pride Club member. So, meaning I would say I come from public platform and to support everyone regardless of any biases. So as far as anyone is coming to me, I'll consider them as a BVCN or just a student and help them regardless of any biases, I would say, because if I am being biased, then it will be a discrimination and you can sue me because you have the ground under, I would say, violation of human charter rights. So also, I'm passionate about the law, and external affairs is all about making relations outside of your college within the community. And I have experience with student association. Well, many of you know me from NSO panel, BVC buddy program, have my classmates, and you know the quality of my work. You have my words that I will take fair and strong stand on student rights on behalf of you, putting your interest first instead of going ahead with my personal agendas. I'm like, what you want? And I would like to advocate for the things that you want, and to the best of my advocacy abilities, and will be honest and transparent with you throughout my service period, as I'm being right now.
Thank you, Dhruv.
Vote for me, Dhruv Jani, Director of External Affairs. Thank you.
All right. Penny, why should students vote for you for the role of Director of Internal Affairs? You got 2 minutes.
Yeah. So I would like to say that uh, students should vote for me because I'll treat the students like just as a friend. They can come up with their problems to me, just talk freely of me, just talk freely with me, and I can uh, listen to their concern. I can listen to their concerns without being biased. And also, like I am just their my classmates, my friends. It's really my duty to take care of them, and I'll represent their issues to the concerned authority, and will always give them the solutions for their problems. And like they just need not to be like need not to be like you know, afraid of like afraid of presenting, like if I have this kind of problem, what would others think of. Like they must like feel free to express their problems so that we can help them, and make them feel comfortable.
Thank you, Penny. Kanwar Preet, why should students vote for you for the Director of External Affairs role? You have 2 minutes, please.
Yeah, the main role of Director of External Affairs is dealing with the external issues. I have, because I have volunteered with the Stan Sandhu who was running counselor, so I have experience of working how the city hall is working, how the municipal people are working, how the mayor is working. So I have experience and in the high school I was the president, and there also we have to deal with the external leaders that I was dealing. And I want to raise the main issues that our students are facing, whether it is the expensive bus passes, whether it is the indoor recreational facilities, the discrimination and exploitation of the international students. These are the issues that needs to be addressed. And about the domestic students, the drug issues, or they are ending up in the high school, or they are not meeting up their goals. So these are the issues that I need to raise, and I will solve these issues by collaborating with the external leaders. And that's why I want to vote. I want that people should vote for me. And thank you.
Thank you. Last and not least, Juliana, why should students vote for you in this election for the Director of Finance role?
Thank you, Jay. I think because I have been a student counselor at the SABVC for the last 5 months, and I realized that I could contribute also as an executive director, finance director. The knowledge that I acquired at Bow Valley College, along with the experience from activities developed in my previous jobs, can add to new projects to the student community. And I have a professional experience in procurement, purchasing, logistics, and international trade. And I would be able also to use the knowledge and skills from the corporate finance post-graduation that I had. And I will be glad to continue and implement new ideas to the great work that Ms. Annabella Oliva has done. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Juliana. All right, and Dhruv, I am sorry I cannot have you expand on your answer because it would be unfair. Was there a question?
So my question was like, are we allowed to use our current position and everything to influence the membership? Because according to meeting, I believe we are not.
Dhruv, I don't think this is the place to ask that kind of a question. Okay. If you have a concern, you'd probably want to email the Chief Returning Officer on that one. So thank you. What I'm going to ask everyone to share with the membership is that when is the election taking place? Who wants to answer that question? Gurleen, when is the election taking place?
Election is on March 22 and from March 24, 3 p.m.
All right, great. So everyone get out and vote March 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. You will receive a ballot in your email inbox. Let me be very clear, that will be your MyBVC email, not your personal email, starting at 9 a.m. on March 22nd. Please vote. Please support your candidate of choice. Be respectful. And I wish everyone all the best. I want everyone to take an opportunity to give a round of applause for the candidates today. They did a phenomenal job answering those questions. So thank you, everybody. Great work. You are now free to go and relax, because I appreciate this was very stressful for you all.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, everybody. You take care.
Thank you,
Thank
Jay.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.